Buenos dias, compas. As y'all can see, we already set up at a new spot. I got the balcony door open though. Got a nice view. We chilling. We chilling. You know what I'm saying? So appreciate y'all for being so patient with your boy. All right. Um, the mic's a little flimsy, so if it falls throughout one some of these videos, just bear with your boy. But thank y'all for being so patient. Shit, can I say, man? I'm always moving. I'm always moving, man. How that song go? It go. Papa was a rolling stone. Wherever he laid his hat was his home. And where all he left was alone. All right. Enough messing around. Um, all right. First and foremost, I hate to say it, but dude, I hate to say that I told you so. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, y'all, let me get this set up. What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? All right, we'll leave it like that. All right. Well, you know what? Let's take my coffee first and foremost. All right. While I do that, I will explain to you what the Nasdaq is doing. All right. So we lost that possible level. All right. Now, whether we reclaim it today or not is entirely up to consumer sentiment. Consumer sentiment, uh, it pretty much dictates, not dictates, it tells us. That's the wrong terminology. All right. It pretty much tells us exactly. Well, to be honest, if I'm being honest, all right, that kind of already looks like a rejection. We still got an hour and a half. Anything can happen. Okay. And consumer sentiment ain't gonna save that because it comes out at 9 p.m. or 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. This is why I need my coffee. Hold up. Ooh. Damn. My mom made that coffee a little strong today. All right. So we got consumer sentiment, right? Coming out 9 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Mountain. Okay. Market's already going to be open for like 30 minutes. So within those 30 minutes, we're going to see some some action, some action. I want to say probably some volatility even. All right, what is consumer sentiment? It's pretty much saying us consumers, retail, how we feel about the market right now. When it comes to inflation, that's pretty much letting us know how we feel about it, how it's affecting us, and if we're actually buying. Okay, so let's put it like this: it's important right now for the consumer sentiment and the inflation expectations. All right, meaning if there's higher sentiment, meaning that we're actually buying and whatnot, then that's bullish because why do we not want to keep on spending? You know what I'm saying? More money we spend, the more money we put back inside the market. So it's just bullish for consumers spending and the market just overall as a total. All right. When it comes to inflation, if rising inflation is expected, then pretty much at that point now we're being more hawkish. It's we're more bearish. All right. We're expecting more of pullbacks because it can put pressure on the Feds just to stay hawkish, bearish. Okay. Whatever you want to call it. So 9 a.m. today, we'll get that data for those of us in Central Standard Time. All right. Um, as you can see, we're already getting kind of a pullback, but I'm not gonna lie, I kind of already got in a position, so I kind of like this. Even though I did get in, but y'all know me, sometimes I just get in a little bit early. You know what I'm saying? But we already got our pullback. All right. I've been saying, see when you see things like this, right? When you see this kind of, we see this kind of action right here. Make sure. Yep, I already knew it. It was gonna piss me off. Um, when you see this kind of action, right? You move up, you pull back, you move up, you pull back. Now the next thing to do is to move up. All right. Now if we don't move up and do one of these, right? Pretty much coming out to this level, um, then we'll expect more downwards pressure. And if we do, we already kind of have our labels set up right here. All right. We lose those levels, then we can start becoming more bearish. All right. But other than that, I mean, this is essentially what you want. Okay. Um, this is why we do our homework on the way up. All right. Everyone likes to go back and just kind of open up chart. And don't get me wrong, I do the same thing too. But when there's certain tools that we're using, certain charts that we're using, these are things that this is one of them, like the Nasdaq, the VIX, oil, or even just a stock that you're constantly looking at. You just want to do your homework on the way up. That way you know where your levels are. All right, so that's why sometimes some of my charts they'll just be a mess. Sometimes they'll be clean like this. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on what I'm working on at the excuse me at the time. You see, I got like different canvases set up as well too. You know what I'm saying? So this is blank. Anytime I'm on blank, pretty much gives me a blank canvas. All right. If I'm looking at futures, that's pretty much what I'm looking at, right? I got that canvas pull up, and then my sketch pad. This is where I'm pretty much, just drawing levels, just using any type of tools. Maybe I'm testing out new EMAs, SMAs. Maybe I'm trying out some. Maybe I'm messing around with Fibonacci. All right, I like to use Fibonacci every now and then, but you know what I'm saying. You'll see my fair value gaps, order blocks, pretty much in there. Okay, I pretty much narrowed it down to these three canvases that I just made for me. But for the most part, this is pretty much what I'm looking at. All right, so I do my homework on the way up. Okay, so this is why these are possible levels. As you can see, we kind of reject right here. All right, so we reject right there. We bounce. Looks like we bounce somewhere in this area. We shoot up. This right here, okay? Now, this would normally count as a reject, all right? And it would, but we have to allow time to pass by, all right? So if this next candle doesn't shoot back up to this possible level and remount, then the retest was a failure, all right? But if you're shorting, you go into the downside, then the retest was successful, all right? That's why I say trading is subjective. Please be careful on who it is that you are following, taking advice from. All right. This is not financial advice at all whatsoever. And other folks who tell you otherwise, who tell you what to do, not educating y'all on this. Just be wary. Be mindful of who you follow. Okay. There's a lot of bull stuff. I'm trying to keep it clean this morning. Right. So that's why I always recommend do your own research. Okay. But nonetheless, okay, we got the 50 SMA right here creeping up on us. And we got our key levels down here. But I mean, we're such a ways from that we're not even bothered on that. You know what I'm saying? But this is pretty much exactly what I'm talking about. We got all of our homework done, okay? So if we zoom out on a larger perspective, it looks messy. But I mean, if y'all been following for quite some time, you saw where we were at when we started heading down right here, okay? But we're not going to mess with all that. That's just pretty much a prime example of us doing our homework. All right. Nonetheless, though, if I'm being quite honest with y'all, this is exactly kind of where I want to see a closure. That way, when we get consumer sentiment into this next 4-hour candle and we shoot up, now we got a beautiful, beautiful. I think it's a morning. No, I don't want to say a morning star, a rising star, something. No, morning star. Yeah, because shooting stars on the other side, right? So morning star, we get this bearish candle right here. We get this nice little doji right here as well too. Then the next candle right here, right, is we're looking for a green candle, right? And it's gonna look something like this. Okay, bear with me. Hopefully, we can get a nice. Awesome. I'll take it. Okay. Okay. This is pretty much what we're looking for. All right. Looking for a green candle. Whoops. I thought I was on my chart over here on the screen, yo. My fault. looking for a green candle to pretty much shoot up like this, okay? This will suffice as a morning star, okay? So you got a bearish red candle, you got a doji like such. This is what a doji candle looks like, and then you got a green candle pushing on up, okay? And it's beautiful that it would happen right here at this possible level. I'll then now mark that as a key level, okay? So if in this next 4 hour candle, because we only have an hour 14, there's all still pre-market, okay? So from there, we get a nice push with consumer sentiment. We might, get some stagflation, or not stagflation, sorry, some stagnant movement. And then from there, I think we'll get that bullish push if, we get those higher sentiments on consumer sentiment, all right? But that's just pretty much something to look out for. If not, then we'll see the market pull back down at 29,107.25. And then after that, since we're pretty much right there, might as well come and test the 50 SMA. Okay, 50 SMA, we get that bounce. I mean, you see it's pushing up, and it's pretty much time and time again, that we see those kind of movements, folks. All right, so let's keep our mind open when it comes to that. All right, bull still looks good. I mean, we're consolidating up here real nice, real nicely. All right, pretty much had multiple chances right here to go ahead and fail the 200 SMA. We're holding up nicely right there, pretty much creating this nice bull flag at this point. Okay, so we shoot up, right? Let me change that color. I don't want it green all the time, right? And then we get that nice flag. I see. All right, it's pretty much what we want. It's holding right. It's holding and consolidating right below this strong level of 799. Okay, I mean, you pretty much couldn't ask for anything better than that. All right, so I still like bull. Bull leaves shares. I mean, I got my money in it. Put your money where your mouth is. Right here, we got earnings the 21st. So that's beautiful. We got a nice golden cross as well too. It's when the 50 SMA crosses over the 200 SMA. Orange over the red, okay? That's now a golden cross. Now we're supposed to start seeing, some upwards action. Does it happen all the time? No. The market can prove us wrong all the time. So, I just follow the setups and, just play the cards you dealt, man. We play with the tools that God gave us, or we play with the toys, the gifts that the gods gave us, all right? VIX. VIX shot up. Wow. Let's see what oil is at, all right? But look, we hit that key level. What did I say yesterday? We bounce right here at 1722. We will see 1883. All right. And for those, I just want to go ahead and I got to. All right. If I'm telling y'all, what did I say? At 1722, we bounced to 1830, 1883. That's exactly what we're gonna go check. All right. I'm giving y'all actual updates inside the Discord. I'm giving y'all everything that y'all could ever possibly need. So let's look it up right here. All right. We got beautiful. Look, that's the last one. If VIX bounces here at 1722, we can expect to move back to 1883. That was yesterday at 12:52 p.m., folks. Okay. Let's see. Yesterday, 12:50. That's Q's. 12:52 p.m. I mean, what more do you want from your boy? All right. I'm literally giving y'all everything that y'all could possibly need to just. I'm teaching y'all. I'm educating y'all on what to look for, how to look for it. So, you know what I'm saying? Come mess with your boy. I'm gonna get y'all a bag. All right. So that was a failed breakout, but nonetheless, we still got this retest. All right. Now, if this continues to shoot on down, we reject off the 200 day. That is no bueno. All right. We can get pretty much something like in this area right here. Okay. We reject right here. We shot up. We reject the 200 day. We reject the 50 SMA, and we come back down. Okay. So the consolidation there does have me. It does. I don't want to say have me, but it does keep me concerned. All right. It's something that I just do keep my eye out on. But we get strong rejections like this, it keeps me good. I don't want to say hopeful. I don't want to say it keeps me in good spirits, but it lets me know that we're not ready to completely a fall yet. All right. Now this is still high. I don't care what anyone says. 18, 19 VIX, like this is no bueno. Okay. We can still come down at any given moment. And the fact that this thing just pops up, it's still very volatile and still pops up like that, that's something to keep your eye on. All right. But if we reject here, we'll come back down to 1722, still see stocks continue to rally. All right. Now let's go to US oil. Look at that. That's why I said, let's see what oil's doing. Oil done popped up, bounced right here at 97.19. Been consolidating up here nicely. All right. We found support at the 200 SMA and the 50 SMA. The thing is though, okay, got a nice golden cross. Now we're coming back down for the death cross. Okay. That orange crosses the 200 in a, I guess in a downward projection, then that's considered a death cross. All right. Now the thing is that we found support here. That's but nice gap right here. So if this rejects right here off this 13 EMA, comes back down, pretty much confirming the trend to the downside, and we'll be seeing oil come on down. And this is how you can determine, not predict, but now at least you have one pathway. If not, you find support, then you see the 50 SMA start to curl back up, 200 SMA start to curl up as well too, right behind it. And then you got the 13 EMA, and now we're riding the trend back up to 106, okay? So those are your two pathways to pretty much be on the lookout for. That's how you determine the path as it unfolds before you. You navigate the path as it unfolds before you. That way you can determine the best route to take, okay? That's why I say we're not predicting the markets. I'm not some genius here. I'm just reading the markets, and I'm laying down different pathways. This is how I'm doing my homework, and this is how my plays are just able to hit. I read things a little bit differently. You know what I'm saying? And maybe the next dude may read it differently as well too. And you know what I'm saying? I'm not knocking him. You know what I'm saying? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. If it works for you, dog, that's what you do. If gambling's your thing inside the stock market and you hitting, hey, bro, I don't knock it. As long as you getting money is all I care about. Okay, that's all you should care about as well too. Okay, but I mean, come on. This is like the best data that you can read. Why would you need to go gamble when you can go gamble inside the casino or just like on sports bets? You know what I'm saying? You got data right in front of you. You got data coming out. You got everything just giving you the best update and feedbacks. You know what I'm saying? So that's just me. Do what you want. Okay. AV Joe, been staying in them. Been staying in them. All right. I should have got into calls right here. I was going to, but you know, hey, I made enough of AVGO. Sometimes you got to just chill out. You know what I'm saying? So AVGO shooting up. We get a nice little pullback, but you know, you see how far we get away from the trend when you get those push-ups, and then you get after that, you get those pullbacks, bounce off the wave. I mean, you're still riding the wave, all right? You're still surfing that. That's exactly what you want. Okay. It's like you ride the wave, you catch some air, you're gonna have to come back down to ride the wave, continue surfing. You know what I'm saying? You ain't a seagull, you ain't a flock of seagulls out here. You know what I'm saying? Trying to run so far away. Yeah, look at that. Nice pullback. Maybe even to this week's open. But if not, then pretty much we have this nice level right here, and we could find some support right here, y'all. All right. If damn this. All right, you know what? I'm not gonna bother with that. Just do it on this chart. I swear if I don't do it right. Okay, there you go. Beautiful. Okay. Beautiful. That's exactly what we want. Okay. For the S&P, this is a good level for y'all to have. Okay. Okay, you got that 50 SMA right below. But right here, okay, we find support right here. We'll see more continuation to the upside, okay? So right here, we got this nice pullback. But see, there's this shooting star right here, y'all. Okay? That's exactly what I'm talking about. So you got a bearish signal right here. So right here, you could have went and shorted S&P right there, okay? For those of y'all day trading, you could have shorted it, went back down, okay? Oops, beautiful. Okay. Let me go ahead and delete that. Okay, but you get this pullback, right? You find support right here. From there, you start moving up. All right, this is what you call this is just a perfect time for some education. All right. Oh God. Like for starters, make sure you're clicking the right tools. um, Beautiful. Okay. This is what you call lower highs, higher highs, lower highs, higher highs, lower highs, higher highs, because you go higher than your previous high, and then you go lower than your previous lower high. Okay. Now you produce a lower or a higher high, and then now you got a lower high. Next that we're looking for is a higher high. Okay. So this is how you start reading charts. You start looking at different formations. Okay. It's not rocket science. Anybody out here just throwing all this crazy terminology at you, they're probably not the brightest or sharpest tool in the shed back in the day in school, and they found something that everyone is afraid of, and or just hard to learn because it really is. But when you have someone breaking it down, making it simple, it's not it's not as intimidating as y'all think it is. Okay. So anybody out here just throwing all this crazy terminology out there, they just probably want to feel good about themselves, low self esteem. Okay. Open. Give it to me, baby. Give it to me. Oh my God, bro. Okay. 431. Okay, we lose 431. Right now we're at 437. I, I got shares in it. All right. I probably got up here. If anything, I did get up here. I'm not even gonna like cap with y'all. All right. I did get up here, but I'm waiting to make my big purchase below 430. We lose 430. We come back down with Kevin Warsh. Ooh, another thing, real quick, folks. Kevin Warsh is now gonna be the chairman. All right. It's official now. Um, I like Kevin Warsh for a couple reasons. All right, one, during the 2008 housing crisis, um, I don't want to say that because of him the market was saved, but he had his hand in mitigating that entire crisis. Okay, so this guy knows what he's doing. He helped us out already. I can see why Trump wanted to put him back inside there, and I'm just saying, all right, this is me just maybe just being a skeptic. This is just how I am, right? Um, Maybe that's kind of what Trump wants. I'm not saying that he wants, but you have to think as to, okay, you're bringing someone from a 2008 housing crisis back into the picture, and you've been asking for rate cuts, right? The thing about Kevin Warsh though is, yo, if the numbers are not good, or are not there to meet and ask for rate cuts, then I'm not going to just start cutting rates just because simply that's what you want. Oh, okay, well then bet. Let's just go ahead and bring down the housing market. Open door. Come on, baby. Zillow, real estate stocks, I think we're gonna start seeing them plummet. I don't want to say plummet, but we'll be getting a great, great discounted price. That's what I'm saying. That's why I wanted to wait. Okay. If it takes off, I got shares already. Then hey, I'll start flipping that money. But I really want it to come down. Okay. I think we'll get that quick scare. I think it'll be kind of volatile. And when it's down there, I mean, I'm gonna just try to accumulate as much as possible that I possibly can. Okay. So with Kevin Warsh now, I think with these next 4 years, I think it's going to be interesting. He's a chairman of the Federal Reserve now. Now, when it comes to that, like I said, I like him for one. He already helped us out through a housing crisis. He knows what he's doing. He's credible with that. Two, his stance, it was with Trump, and then now I do like that he did have some pushback towards Trump. Him and Trump kind of, I don't want to say a fallout, but they kind of had their differences, and he was saying like, I don't care what you want. If the numbers are not there, I'm not going to cut rates. Yes, I was talking about cutting rates. Yes, I'm an advocate for it, but oh, that's one of my alarms, my bad, y'all. But either way, I need to see the numbers, and I'm one of those people. You know what I'm saying? Men lie, women lie, but the numbers don't. That's why I care so much about the data. I don't care what Trump says. I don't care what uh, I in a sense I do care what the Fed say, but they're just giving us numbers. You know what I'm saying throughout the FOMC meeting. But nonetheless, you know what I'm saying. It all comes. It's all based around numbers. So yeah, the market could do this. Yeah, Trump has his tacos. Yeah, the Fed will say this, this, that, and the third. Yeah, you'll see um, people talking very highly about stocks. I don't care. I want to see the numbers. You know what I'm saying? But still, at the same time, sometimes you gotta go against what you say, and you see Trump back in Intel. That was one of the reasons why I got inside Intel from Intel. I'm like, if the president's backing it, government's buying it. I know that's one thing that Trump spoke about is you don't want to go into something by yourself because it's a you problem. So when you go out to ask people for help, it's everyone looks at that. That's your problem. But when you get other investors and people inside of it, there is a lower chance of you failing because you know why? It's no longer a me problem. It's a we problem. Now, when you go and you tell them, hey, I need help, I need this, I need that, it's they no longer look at you like that's not your problem. That's not my problem. It looks like, all right, well, I gotta go help because my money's invested in this as well too. So that's something that you kind of you want you want to take that to the bank. You know what I'm saying? Okay, but Open, pretty much why I went down that rant because Open, it's a great, 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 great stock. All right, I like the board. I like the founders. I like the CEOs. I like the engineers. I like everyone that's pretty much on this board. Okay, if there's anything about Open Door that y'all should know, pretty much a lot of big companies that we see today, um, such as like Shopify, LinkedIn, all these big companies already. All these guys came together and are now working on Open Door. If you're telling me that all of Silicon Valley, the main hitters, the big top guns, the big guys, the big dogs on a lot of companies that you see today, they're now all put together working on one project called Open Door. So I'm just I'm just saying, dog. I'm just saying, all right? Hidden gem right there. Microsoft, look at that. Boom, pop back up. That's what I want to see, baby. All right. Um, yeah, you know what play I'm in right now. All right. Whoops, no. Let me minimize that. We don't want to update that right now. It's gonna mess up everything. Not during this video, okay? Microsoft looking good. Could get that golden cross right now. Where's my all right, there we go. Oh, my fault. Okay. Past earnings, loving it. I love the upside. This is exactly pretty much what we want to see right now. Um, Consumer sentiment could really help out with that. If it hits our target right here of this strong level, 417, now you know why I chose my strike price on my call out. That's that strong level right there. And as long as we come up to here, if it rejects, don't care. I'm taking my profit, heading to the bank, laughing all the way. You feel me? Palantir, boom. I don't touch it. Spy, Qs. On the weekly, y'all. On the weekly, okay? I'm not bearish, okay? But I'm just saying, if we close today right here, I'm liking on swinging puts over the weekend because now we got a shooting star, okay? But we'll get into that later on. I'll make another video about that, all right? Look, we're getting bought right back up. But either way, oil shot up. I'm still watching oil. I'm still watching VIX. VIX is still on the rise. 158. This is not good, okay? If we start seeing some selling right here, this is the U.S. Japan exchange rate. Okay, 158, no bueno. Okay, I have the chart somewhere inside there. I'll probably post it inside the chat, over inside the Discord. But nonetheless, y'all, like this is not what we want to see. But at the same time, kind of is. All right, let me show you why real quick, and then I'll end this video on a great note. Okay. Whoops, did not want that. Let's just delete that. I don't know why. Oh, that's why. I chose the wrong one. Boom. Okay. Got a rising wedge right here, folks. Okay. Let's extend this out a little bit. Beautiful. All right. Okay. We break out above. Look, we reclaim that 200 day and we mount right here. The exchange rate is going to go up, meaning that the yen is now going to become, it's going to start becoming more worthless. All right. It's losing its value as this goes up. Okay. When you see strong declines right here, Japan is pretty much liquidating. So that way they could get money. That way they could buy their own currency, and this will start to come down, increasing its value. Okay. Now, when you see it rise like that, that's pretty much letting you know that the yen is becoming, it's losing its value. Okay. So if they start liquidating around this area, or if it shoots back up here, and then we see some selling off, we can expect liquidation from Japan. Now, where are they liquidating from? Who knows? Whether it's our bonds, whether it's our stocks. And if it's stocks, it's semis and tech that get hit first. Okay. They could be, liquidating in other areas as well too, such as like real estate, things like that. We don't know exactly, but at least we know that Japan is up to something when we see that pullback. Okay. So this is how we read our charts. All right. This right here is a falling wedge. Sorry, I don't want to say rising earlier. Maybe I just don't know what I'm talking about, but I know that every time this formation comes up, I know what happens when we shoot up, shoot down. All right, but it's falling wedge. But yeah, this is something to keep an eye out for. All right, but this is what we should be expecting, y'all. All right, so just keep your eyes out. Keep your eyes peeled. Hoping consumer sentiment comes out as a high sentiment. That way we could go ahead and have a bullish bias. All right, I don't want to say bias, but at least for my trade. Okay, we got inside this play just because it's not the prettiest, but we got a cup and handle right here. All right, subjective. Like I said, some folks will be like, dude, that's not a cup and handle. I know there's certain folks that have hit me up and yeah, they're like, yeah, dude, have you seen this cup and handle? I'm like, yeah. So, I mean, it's all subjective. All right. But to say nonetheless, y'all, that's all we got for today. So I hope y'all have a good day trading. Enjoy life a little bit, man. I know I am going to this weekend. Y'all got any questions, stock analysis or anything like that? I'm still working on a couple. I haven't forgot about y'all. So, I mean, y'all just hit me up and, I'm going to take care of y'all. So, that's pretty much it for this week. I'll drop the data for consumer sentiment here inside the Discord. Other than that, y'all have a good day. So, later. Peace.